With a market size of $717 billion, accounting for 6.9% of the U.S.'s total GDP, it's difficult to convey just how massive the U.S. media and entertainment industry is. More than the GDPs of 162 countries around the world, 1.4 million employees, it's very likely will be $1 trillion industry by the end of this decade. Its products also sustain a necessary and robust consumer sub-industry of journalists, critics, bloggers, hobbyists, and content creators. But within that sub-industry exists a parasitic element, almost identical at a glance, but darker, cynical, predatory, contributing almost nothing to the media while poisoning the fandoms around it and creating untold harm to those who enjoy the media in good faith. These grifters and propagandists wear the mask of fandom, but actually weaponize the media and the followings they amass around it for personal and/or political gain. An industry with that sort of profit potential is a prime candidate for a con. Add to the fact that it's an industry in the middle of a paradigm shift, makes it even more fertile ground for someone without ethics, but more than enough performative confidence to make a fucking killing. And ever since fan culture overtook every other form of culture as the dominant one in financial terms, somewhere around 2011 or 2012, with the widespread use of digital media on touchscreens in our pockets, the grift has been growing, making its first appearance with the Gamergate movement, which saw its sexist yet somewhat organic original intentions co-opted by former White House Chief of Staff Steve Bannon, who tapped Milo Yiannopoulos to kind of be his hatchet man in that whole movement. Think of Elizabeth Holmes and the Theranos scam that saw her, albeit temporarily, rise to the rank of number 435 on the billionaire list and number 6 on the Forbes list of richest people under 40. In an industry such as emerging health and diagnostic tech, she was doomed from the moment she decided to go forward with a fake product. It was only a matter of time when she was found out. But when we talk about the grifters of nerd culture, we can see the grifters are able to maintain their facade because the investors they court are not governments or giant corporations. The people who invest in the Anti-Fandom con are regular people, often with some valid feelings of being alienated and left behind by a world that has no patience for social stragglers. Most of the time, the marks of this con are young men, but you'd be surprised how often that's not true.